Hey guys, Blacklight here, and my voice is mostly better. It's still not flawless, but I think you guys will be okay, and you'll live with it. That's actually a command, so live with it. So in this first video back from my little hiatus that I took, I'm going to be showing you guys a redstone creation since I haven't done one of those in a while, and I think this is actually one of the first things I'm going to be building on Pixelcraft involving redstone. So it's a super furnace. It smelts 16 times faster than the normal furnace, and it has a nice look to it. Like I've seen some where you just see you can pretty much just see everything, and it's just pretty bad looking. And I'm a big fan of not only having redstone in your Minecraft creations, but also doing it with finesse so that people don't know it's there, but they can tell it's working for them. So I'm going to show you guys how to build this now. I'm going to do it in 3 parts, so let's get started on the first part right now. So, part 1. I like to call part 1 the hopper array. So first we need to establish our starting point. We need trap chests and regular chests. We're going to put down 2 trap chests, and then a set of double chest, regular chests on each side of them. Then these are 3 chests that are on the display. Then we're going to go down 3 from the back. This is going to be the front of the machine that we are actually going to see. So from the back part of the middle double chest, you're going to go down 3 and over 1. And I'm actually just going to have this face this way for consistency. And then we're going to place down 15 more. That's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So that's 16 right there. Now we need to do our hopper array. So the first order of business is to just place down a full row of hoppers facing straight down to the furnaces. And then we're going to want blocks here, or a block here, so that we can place our first hopper like such, all facing that direction, so onto the hopper after them. And all the way back, actually extending one pass so it's underneath the chest. That's going to be what's going to our mechanism for our input chest for our materials. Then for our fuel line, we need to have it come. Well, let's just start from the bottom again. It makes it easier. Have a row facing into the furnaces, so you can see the bottom rows facing into the furnaces the whole way along. And then we're going to do the same thing we did on the line above, and have them all face in this direction. And then to connect it to the chest, we're going to have one going straight. Come on, shift. There we go. One going straight up, and then one facing into that one from this chest. And that's all of part 1. I like it as a separate part because it really is a thing of its own, setting up all the hoppers. Very different from setting up the redstone. So let's move on to part 2. Okay, so part 2. We're going to set up the redstone for this. Now, unfortunately, hoppers are kind of dumb in the fact that if you put items in them, they don't just sort all. It's not just going to sort all the way nice along and put the same amount of each furnaces. It's actually going to put 32 in each of these first 2, and none of the reds are going to get any. So it's pretty stupid. And to combat this, we're going to use a system where all of these furnaces, all of these hoppers are going to be off until this entire row fills up with 1 each. It's going to sense it and excuse me for that. That was me coughing. It's going to happen from time to time here. I'm not used to speaking this much in a row. It's weird. It's been a little while, and I'm still kind of sick. So to do this, first I'm just going to do one side at a time. It's going to be the same mechanism for both sides, but we'll just do one side at a time to make it seem more cohesive. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't think so, but to make it easier to follow, we're just going to do one side at a time, so you can see it all happen in a row. See the correlation between different parts of what we're doing. So to actually sense when this gets an item, we're going to go ahead and put a comparator here. So if there's an item in here, oh, well, it went down too quickly, but let's just put a stack in here real quick, you'll see that'll turn on. Get out of there. So now we need to invert this signal because when there's nothing in there, we want the bottom ones to be off. So we're going to invert the signal, and because this is 16 long and redstone only reaches 15, if we were to just connect this directly with a repeater, you'd see it wouldn't make it to the last one. So we can do something a little bit trickier than that. 2 dust here, and then a repeater. Now, let me go ahead and explain the problem with this system real quick here. With this only on 1 tick of delay, when these items get pulsed down from the top row, they're going to go into the second row and not get into the furnaces in time because this is going to shut off again. The second row is going to shut off again. And if you put it on 2 ticks of delay, these furnaces actually start to build up more material in them, more smeltable material than the rest, because in those 2 ticks instead of just 1, because they're the first 2 getting items directly from this hopper, like, you know, it's coming straight down directly from the chest, they're actually going to get a few extra items, and for efficiency's sake, we don't want that. Really, I could have just let it happen and not cared, and it still would have been fine. It just would have taken a little bit longer for the last few items to smelt out. But I still didn't like it, and I knew a way to fix it, even though it's a little bit extra work. But if you don't care, you can set this on 2, and it'll still work. It'll just be a little bit slower. Excuse me for that, didn't sound so great. So we're just going to do the same thing on this side, and I'm just going to show it on camera for those people who are unsure themselves. Don't want to make anyone feel lost by just skipping ahead. I know when I'm having difficulty understanding something, even though this should be pretty simple for anyone who's trying to attempt this. Still don't want to confuse anybody, so I'm just going to go ahead and show me doing this real quick. It should be pretty clear to see what I'm doing. So there we go. Now we need to send, so what we're going to do is we're going to sense when these 2 chests have stopped outputting items into here, and we're going to send one more pulse down here to shut off this torch to actually advance the second row one more time and get that last set of items down. So because what ends up happening is the last set of 16 or less items is going to come down, hit the end, and get sent down, but then not have anything else to come down and send them down to the furnaces. So we need to do that manually. So to do that, we're going to grab a comparator from this hopper. We're going to invert it. And let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. And we're going to put a torch here. Redstone dust. And this is a very, very easy monostable circuit that I'm very fond of. Just the piston facing straight upward. And that's just going to send a quick pulse when this is sending out a constant signal. So pretty much there's going to be items in here that are going to be keeping this torch off, and as soon as there are none left and, you know, that last row is going to file down, this is going to send out a signal and send the rest down. So actually, why did I do that? Did I just extend the pulse 1 block? Whatever, we're going to do it because it looks cool. Did I do it on the other side? No, I didn't. You know what? No, we're not going to do it because that looks stupid. So what we're going to do is just send the pulse out all the way to this torch over here. And let's count 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Repeater, and then this should be fine. And so when this torch is off, dang it, this torch is going to be off because there's going to be items in that hopper. Lag spikes are fun. Thank you. And then when the torch comes back on, it's going to send a pulse, which is going to turn this off. So, what is up with these lag spikes? That better cut out because it's annoying. Yeah, I'm dropping from 130 to like 20, which is pretty annoying. Anyway, so now we just need to do the same thing on the other side here, except I believe it's taken from this hopper right there, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken. It's from this one. So we're going to take this. I'm going to guess probably like that. And then like that. Am I correct? I've only built this once, so I need to check. Yeah, that's right. What's up with these lag spikes, though? This is very strange. Power past it. Yeah, that's very annoying. You guys actually shouldn't see it because it's not dropping below 30, but it's annoying to me. No, it's dropping below 30. You guys will probably see that. I'm actually going to restart my game real quick. Okay, hopefully that fixes the problem. We're just going to do literally exactly the same thing on this side. Now, I have noticed occasionally, if what happens if you have a full stack of 16, it actually gets to the end and files down to the next row. Actually, no, I'm spouting crap. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind, ignore me. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. So do just ignore me. That was, yeah, that didn't make any sense. As I was thinking about it, I realized it didn't make any sense. So what we need to do here is place 2 blocks so these redstone signals don't connect. We can just put these repeaters at the same place, because I know that'll be 15, since it's exactly the same thing. Repeater on 4 ticks. These are both on 4 ticks to extend the pulse a little bit. So this is our redstone all set up for the actual hopper filing mechanism. These will all distribute evenly now. I'll put a stack of 32 in. I'll just put it in this chest, actually. And it should all go through, and you'll see this tick. They all advance to the next row there, and you'll see it tick again. Advance there, and then this ticks again to tick this and advance those that were now in that row to the next row. So there should be 2 in each of these. And we'll just take that all out. So works perfectly. And this other side's literally exactly the same, so it'll do exactly the same thing except for the fuel slot. So it's all working. Now what we need to do is just part 3, which is going to be all that. So let's go on to part 3. So, part 3, this is what we're going to be building. We need to make this mechanism to send items up to the top of this pillar. And as long as there are items in the bottom here, they'll continuously get shot up. So, let's do it. First, because I forgot earlier, no big problem, we need a line of hoppers facing towards the front of the machine along the bottom of these furnaces, just like that. Then we need to come over here. That was too far, wasn't it? Yes, it was. We need a hopper facing into this block, and then a hopper facing into that hopper. Just like that, a little zigzag. Then we need 4 droppers facing upward, going straight into this chest. And now what we're going to do, we're just going to create a clock that's going to power the whole thing that only is active when there's items in here. To do that, comparator there. Torch here, another torch here, and then, so, you know, comparator, and then these torches are both touching it. Then we have a repeater facing in on 2 ticks of delay, and then 3 pieces of redstone dust, and this is our clock. So if there's items in here, that clock is going. Now we need to power these things. So the first one's going to be powered like such. Don't know why I placed those. Just like that. Very simple. Second one, also very simple. On 2 ticks of delay. So this is the first 2. Just 2 pieces of redstone dust and then 2 repeaters like that, and both going into blocks. For the third one, we're going to come up here and put it also on 2 ticks of delay. I'm not wrong. It works. I don't know why. If you put it on 3, there's this weird bug with the droppers where for some reason the items don't move up from this one to the next one. Like if I put this on 3 where it should be, watch what happens. And it's weird because powering this block should not affect the functionality of this dropper, but for some reason it does. Oop, I didn't want to put them in there. If I put them in the bottom, they're going to get stuck here. And it doesn't make any sense. If this is on 2 though, however, they're going to go ahead and move up, which is weird. And shouldn't happen, but it happens. So, there's my explanation of why this works. It shouldn't, and it does. Now, there's a variety of ways you can power this fourth one. I'm going to do it kind of sloppily, taking more room than excuse me, than I really need to, but this is just how I'm going to get it done. Just like that. 2 more ticks of delay, and repeater on 2 right there. So all these are on 2 except for that one. And that should do it for the entire thing. Let's test it out. So now, here's my little disclaimer. If you do a lot of stacks of stuff, you may lose like 1 or 2. And it just kind of happens. And it sucks, but if you're really smelting that much stuff, you can afford to lose 1 or 2 pieces of iron or whatever you happen to be smelting. I don't think of anything that's more valuable that you could be smelting. So actually, let's just do 2 stacks of cobblestone. And if you can hear the phone ring, I'm sorry. And let's just get a stack of coal to throw in there. So we're gonna throw 2 stacks of cobble and a stack of coal. And you're going to see that line go off first. Boom, that's the sending down the first time, sending down the second time. Nothing's started yet because they're all stuck in the second row. Not until more go through, and more go through, and all the furnaces are on. Look at that. So beautiful. And we should see these go off soon, if not on this next tick. Yep, there we go. Oh, because there's 2 stacks in here. So you saw that final tick to send that last row of items down that are stuck in the second row there. So these should all have, what, 64 divided by 16? These should all have 4 pieces of coal. You see they've all used 1, and they all have 3 left, so it all worked well. These all should have the same amount of cobble. It doesn't always work flawlessly. Sometimes these first couple have like a 1 more, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to be a problem. And this just went off, so that means this is empty as well. And what's nice about this design is once it gets going, there's just a constant stream of items going into this chest. So once you put everything in and you see the first item up here, you can just sit here and watch your money come in. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty cool feeling. I was literally resisting the urge to cough that entire time. I managed to hold it off that long. I was pretty impressed with myself. Oh, this is difficult. Commentating is difficult when you constantly feel the urge to cough. Now let's see if we lost any. It is entirely possible. Nope, we got how many stacks did I put in? Okay, well, apparently we got 1 extra. Which, I don't know what to say about that, but hey, 1 extra, why not? So, that's the machine, and that's the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm about to cough again, so we're just going to cut this off. Thanks for watching, and bye.